Hey there, viewers! A Transformers fan or Charlie Young back again with another Transformers review. And today's review is going to be on Studio Series Devastation Bumblebee. And well, just like with Orion Pax, who was my last review, this is one of the A-level figures, which basically, long story short, it's figures of Prime and Bumblebee, which are meant to stay on the shelves all year. So they're figures that are meant to shelf warm. Yeah. But anyway, for Bumblebee here, this is meant to be how he appears in Transformers Devastation, which was a good game and really needs a sequel. Come on. They literally teased that with Nova Prime and just never followed up on it. But anyway. So I think that's most of the Devastation Autobots in the Studio Series now, because we got that Prime, we got Sideswipe and Wheeljack as repaints, and then we got this guy. I think we just need Grimlock now, and even then, he can just be fulfilled with the, 86 Grimlock. Now, looking at the box, of course, we got the Modern Style Studio Series box, where, so, of course, got B here in both modes, 24 steps, Bumblebee, Transformers Devastation. This side we got a picture of Bumblebee. Here we just got a highway. Back, got them in both modes. Got a level from the game. Got a picture of him from the game being up one of those Battle Charger repaints. Says what he does in the game. So yeah. And while looking at the figure, yeah, as I said, it's meant to be how he appears in Transformers Devastation. So it's a brand new mold, but looking closer, this kind of looks like another Bumblebee. Like, you see the weird headlights there, we've got the front grille. Doesn't this look kind of familiar? Yes, this is literally meant to be Classics Bumblebee. Like, the Devastation model is basically just Classics Bumblebee. So here they've recreated Classics B. Not one-to-one, obviously, but a lot of the details are from the Classics figure. Like, the headlights here, got the front grille, the spoiler at the back, the taillights. All that all of that are from Classics Bumblebee. So, yeah. And we will do a full-on comparison later, but for now, let's look at the car mode. Unfortunately, mine seems to have a droopy wheel, but it doesn't affect rolling. So we can see we've got the Classics bumper right there, which is pretty cool. It does kind of make me want them to redo the Classics designs for figures, like the Nerf Gun Megatron, which they'll probably never do, because, yeah, they'll never do Gun Megatron again, or... Honestly, I kind of want them to redo, like, Prime's Classic design with the weird, like, truck flaps on the arms. That'd be cool to see. But anyway, got the windshield right here. That, I guess, cell shading effect. Got the Autobot symbol right there on the top. Got a port here for a gun. Got the little cliff jumper-esque spoiler, which is pretty cool. Again, that's from the Classics figure. And I guess they reinterpreted this as, like, the back windshield, which... How would that work? I don't know. Anyway, we got the tail lights right there. Underneath is pretty good. There's no kibble. And it doesn't seem to roll. More just slides. But it's fine. So, yeah. And well, for accessories, we get 3 guns, which, holy crap. So, this one plumps right on top. Kind of looks like this would shoot out if this was a classics figure. Like, you press this and then that would shoot out, but yeah. Well, obviously this one can't take fast effects, but then we got these 2 guns, which just look like the normal Autobot pistol. And these ones... Ugh, come on, can... Unfortunately, I don't think these can take blast effects. Oh, no, I'm wrong. So, yeah, we can plug in blast effects there. I'll show more of that in robot mode. But for these ones, we've got these little ports on the side that these tab into. You can see right there. So this just tabs into the door right there. And you can fully arm him up. So there you go. So that is pretty cool. It's a lot better than just having it plug onto his arse. So yeah. Now, putting it with other Bumblebees, I think the most important one here is... Here's Classics Bumblebee, because that's what the vehicle mode is based on. And honestly, yeah, it's a pretty close comparison. Like, it's not 1-to-1. Like, this little bit here on the bonnet's not there. Obviously, we don't have the whites on the back, but it's still rather close. Like, if I take the guns off, so it's, well, so we can see the car better. Like, yeah, you can see. Like, the lights are the same. The detail on the grill is the same. The spoiler is the same. But now it's been reinterpreted as a back window. The taillights are the same. I guess this has been reinterpreted as the little port there, I guess. So yeah, it's not 1-to-1, but it's pretty closely inspired by Classics Bumblebee. And hell, there's even a toy hack set that makes it look like Classics Bumblebee, right down to all the whites. So that's really cool. And again, it brings back what what I was saying earlier. We need modern figures of these designs from Classics, because these are 20 years old. Yes, these are 20 years old. I am not joking. Oh my god. But anyway, next up, here's Netflix Bumblebee, or in this case, the retro figure. Because this is essentially just like a nondescript hatchback. You know, it's kind of like the Panto from GTA 5. That's what this reminds me of. Whereas this is a full-on Volkswagen. Like, this is a full-on Beetle. So, yeah, there you go. And then finally, here's the other Studio Series Bumblebee. So, here's SS86 Bumblebee, who, well, from like a recent video has shown that this is going to turn into Cliff Jumper very soon. And honestly, I feel like Cliff Jumper should have been from this mold, but oh well. And we can see, yeah, kind of different. Like, there's still small hatchback cars, but this one's a lot more, like, angular. It does have, like, the Volkswagen front. But this kind of looks more like a Mazda. This kind of looks more like Bumper, which this did turn into Bumper, but I can't find that 4-pack for a good price anymore, so, oh well. So, yeah. And well, that's pretty much it for the vehicle mode. Overall, I quite like it. I definitely like it more than this guy, for example. So, this might be my definitive Bumblebee for the time being. I mean, he might do like a full-on accurate Volkswagen Bumblebee. He's all squished up in the future. Who knows? But for now, I think this will be my definitive Bumblebee. But anyway, how's the robot mode? So, the transformation on this guy is kind of fun, but there is a few fiddly sections, and there's one section which you should be careful of, because it will scrape the paint on the face. So, yeah, just be wary. But to start off, I'm just going to take the back wheels. I'm just going to flay them open. And I guess this could be like a hover mode if you really wanted to, like a VTOL mode. I mean, hey, imagination. Anyway, I'm just going to untap the legs from the windshield, and we can move all that down. I guess we can just split the legs, and the way that the legs move down on this figure is actually kind of confusing. Like, the instructions don't really see what to do all too well. So what I like to do is just fully extend them out. Then come here with the bonnet, or hood if you're American, but come here to the bonnet. Then I can just lift these up, and these are going to form as knee pads. And then I can just move the feet down. And then we can, like, this bit is hard to explain, but we want to try and adjust this so this is like facing upwards. And then we can push that into the knee, if that makes any sense. Like, you see how this is like double jointed? You want to try and have it so it's like, you see? Yeah, there's no good way to explain it. There we go. So you wanted, like, orientated like this. So you see how it's like this? You want it so it's like this. Hopefully I'm not being confusing, because I have no, like, I just don't know how to properly explain it. But there you go. So that's the legs all done. Well, first of all, I have to take the front wheels. And kind of like the Earthrise figure, we just push the wheels in. And they will click into place, although with this one, this wheel is kind of tricky to do. There we go. And then the doors, let's close up. There we go. So now we have the legs all done. And now this bit is kind of tricky. You want to take this bit here, the top section, and move it down, but you want to try and be careful, because the nose is rather close to where the copyright section is, according... Well, like, just watch that Toy Guy's video in this figure where he explains where the copyright, like, branding is so close to the figure's nose, where essentially it scrapes the nose's paint off. So just be careful. But you want to try and move this down. I have had this be stuck before because the head was kind of positioned incorrectly, but thankfully during this video it's just fine. But if it's stuck, then just move this out of the way and use a gun to move it ahead. But just move this down. We can take this whole back bit of the car, move it up, move the taillights up. Take the arms, and we can just split these like so. Try not have them get caught with the... Try not get them caught with the backpack section. Here we go. Then we can just take the whole bottom section and just move that down. Move the chest down. Take the head, spin this around. And you want to try and orientate the head so it's not fully upright like so, but it's not so down where the chin's pretty much in, like the... Yeah, don't have it like this where the chin's just hiding in the figure. You want to try and have it just right, so something like this. There we go. Move the shoulders up. Then on the ball joints, move them down, move the forearms down, rotate the forearms around, get the fist out. So again, get the hand out, rotate the forearm around. And finally, to close all this in place, we're just going to push in the back wheels all the way. And that just clicks into these little bits here. As you can see, all that is just going to close up. And, well, that should be everything. So, here we have Bumblebee in robot mode. And honestly, I quite like that transformation. Like, it can get confusing how things are supposed to go, but once you figure it out, it's actually really fun. I especially like how the backpack transforms, where it's literally got the back wheels there. It's not like Series 86 Bumblebee where, well, it's just the backpack and that's it. Here, it actually helps with tabbing in the shoulders. And the resulting robot mode honestly looks really good. Like, yeah, this is what, the Quintillion Bumblebee figure? Hell, Quintillion G1 Bumblebee figure? But, honestly, I like how this one looks. Like, continuing on from the whole classics thing, this one does have a bit of classics DNA in it, because it's got like the little, it's got like the knee pads from classics recreated, which is pretty cool. So, yeah. Got a huge port in the back, even a plug in like a weaponizer or something. Got ports there in the arms, so I don't know, but I guess for weapon storage you could still plug these in here. Maybe? I don't know. I'm sure there's ways to plug in the guns if you're not using them, but But that does remind me. So we do have this gun, which if you want, you can hold. So there you go. But if you're not using it, then it literally just goes in the back like so. So, yeah. Kind of wish there was better storage for that gun, but oh well. But this means you can dual wield these guns. So that's pretty cool. And as stated earlier, these can take blast effects. It's just a bit of a pain to try and get these plugged in. But yeah, these can take blast effects. It's funny how blast effects are still being, like, well, supported after what? 7 years? So, yeah. And I guess we should look at the head sculpts. Now, looking at mine, the nose does seem to be fine, so I guess I've just lucked out on transforming this guy so far. I say that because the nose could still chip, so again, be careful when transforming him. But right now, it seems fine. Or at least I'm not noticing anything. It might be a slight chip I'm not noticing, but right now it seems to be fine. So, I guess I'm just somehow being really lucky when transforming him. I have no idea. But yeah, for the actual head sculpt, it honestly looks fine. Honestly, I prefer over... Yeah, I prefer over Studio Series 86. So, yeah. And I guess we should have put him with the other Bumblebees. So, his classics, which... Yeah, the classics comparison in this mode is really just like the shins, because it's got the little flaps there. From like the waist upwards, it's more just regular Bumblebee. Although the Toy Hack set does help make it look more like a classics figure, right down to the yellow goatee, which is really awesome. Maybe someone will like 3D print the little jet ski thing, because remember, this guy did have the little jet ski thing, so if I can try and get this on, there we go. So who knows, maybe someone will try and 3D print this for this guy. I don't know. Maybe that'll be a fun upgrade kit. Next up, Retro Bee. And this guy's actually a bit taller. And honestly, I think it looks better. Like, the Earthrise mold was kind of a bit iffy, if I'm being honest. The transformation was kind of all over the place, and yeah, parts forming. But honestly, yeah, I think the Devastation mold's kind of better. Another big one, because, I mean, they're both Studio Series G1 Bumblebees. So, yeah. Oh, I wonder if the feet's not timed in. Oh, dang it. It's always when you start recording this happens. So, yeah. And again, if I'm being honest, I think Devastation B looks better. Like, I don't know why, but there's something about the 86 one that just feels off to me. Like, the transformation kind of feels weird. The vehicle modes, like, obviously it's meant to look off because the cartoon was like that. But honestly, it just, something about it just didn't sit right with me. It's still a good figure, it just feels kind of off. But this guy just feels way better, in my opinion. I mean, hell, they pretty much, like, they have really similar transformations, too. Right down to, like, the doors and the feet and all that, so. But, anyway. So, the articulation, the head is on a ball joint, so it can look around. There we go. You can look up, not like that, but you can look up really far. Arms are on ball joints, so yeah, they can move around. He can T-pose. Bicep rotation. Elbows. You can break his elbows. Waist rotation, which actually does click back into place. So there you go. He can kick forward, he can kick back. Knees are, well, I want to say they're double jointed, so I guess you can do that. So you can extend out the knee if you want to mistransform him, but right now it's just 90 degrees, but you kind of extend them if you want to. So what the thigh, you can do the splits and pivot about there. So yeah, pretty standard posability. And honestly, for this figure, I quite like it. Like, I have heard I've heard people just crap on this figure just because of the nose issue, but honestly, I don't think you should let that get you down. Like, yeah, the nose thing is a complaint of mine. I'm sure this guy will have that problem one day, but still, I really like it. Do I have complaints? Well, yeah, I do. Like, the transformation is kind of confusing, but like once you learn it, it's fine. If anything, my biggest complaint, aside from the nose thing, the backpack is attached on with a simple, like, it's one of those, like, joints where, like, you can just pull it off easily. And it can be an absolute pain to try and put it back on. If that was pinned in, then that'd be fine, but, Also, this is probably my copy, I don't know. But trying to transform the chest can be kind of a pain well, transforming the chest can be a huge pain in the arse if the head's not in the right spot, so... Yeah. So be wary of that as well when you transform this figure, but still, do I recommend him? Honestly, yeah, I do, because... Well, for me, this is my favorite out of the G1Bs that we've gotten recently. Like, Retro is pretty cool, but it's the Earthrise mold, so... And Studio Series 86, as I said, it's kind of weird, it's kind of gangly, but... I guess, like, this is also pretty cool, but... Honestly, for me, I prefer this guy. He just looks cool in both modes. It kind of evokes the Classics figure, which we should really get a new figure of entirely. So, yeah. And honestly, if the biggest issue is really just paint scratching, honestly, in my opinion, that's fine. It's annoying, sure, but at least it's better than a part breaking off, so... So yeah, I definitely do recommend this figure. So, this has been my review on Studio Series Devastation Bumblebee, and this is a Transformers fan signing off.